Welcome to the Your Little Castle Show, where we highlight the best experts that make your home into your little castle. Let's go! Welcome everyone to another rendition here of the Your Little Castle Show. Carter Rethwish, aka the Cardinal Cowboy, in studio again. It is my pleasure and always exciting. Us athletes, we got to stick together. We're competitive.
Yes,
we like to win. We like to be the best. Welcome our guest here, Mike Augustine Jr., right?
Junior, yes, sir.
Well, Mike, welcome to the studio. Tell us a little bit about your business, man. I'm excited to hear from the experts in our community that really help to build this community.
Yeah.
And you've had a lot of history, and I've got your own company going here for a number of years.
Yeah.
What's it like? Tell me why you love it.
It's great. It's great. And first of all, thanks for having me on the show. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's always been a dream of mine to have my own company, and just kind of fell into it. Really, I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs kind of get to that point where they feel they want to venture off for themselves, and eventually I've got to that point, and it's been going well.
Well, I appreciate that because as a business owner myself, who's been in on this little planet doing a lot of work to try to help the people in our community, I love to see the young, ambitious guys. You see, I'm dating myself already, ladies and gentlemen. I'm old by now. People have seen me running around for a long time, and I say, oh yeah. I'm like, no, I'm older than that. You wouldn't believe it. But yeah, St. Louis is a dynamic city that has incredible resources and just incredible business owners. I think it almost seems like we're a small business mecca. And roofing is interesting business in St. Louis because of our weather.
Yeah.
Talk about that for me. I know we're jumping around on you a little bit because we have a list of things I definitely want to talk about, but what's the dynamic? And it goes right into the first question I always ask, which is, why did you decide to get into the roofing business? What compelled you to say, this is what I want to do?
Well, I kind of fell into it, I think. I've been an athlete my whole life, like you mentioned, so my whole plan always was to be a teacher and a coach. And in fact, my degree is in education, so my plan was to teach and coach. And then my uncle, fortunately, had a roofing company pretty much my whole life, and growing up working with him in the summers and being around him a little bit more as I got older, seeing that him being able to create his own schedule and being out in the field and not in an office cooped up, you know, talking to different people, meeting different people, really kind of drew me to this industry, and working with him and learning more about the industry just brought me more and more to it, to where we're at today.
Well, it is an interesting industry. I mentioned because of what St. Louis is known for with regard to weather.
Oh yeah.
Hail. I've got a title I just put up there for you. I'm going to put it back on the screen here if I hit the right button. But you're a licensed insurance adjuster too.
Yes, sir.
That's a unique position because, like, as they're roofing guys and they know their roofs real well, and they're out there having conversations on the roof.
Yeah.
Many times with the adjuster.
Oh yeah.
To figure out, hey man, this is, you see this problem here? Oh wait a minute, let me make sure that's a problem.
Yeah.
You get to come at it from both angles because you know both sides of it. You're licensed, you've studied this, you would not get
Certainly.
Passed the test and did all that stuff.
Certainly.
Why is that a competitive advantage for you, do you think?
Well, I just felt like it would be competitive to me, or an advantage to me, because I learned very quickly a lot of it is dealing with insurance companies. So I wanted to learn how they operated and how they worked from the inside out, and getting my adjuster's license is one thing that I felt would help me a lot, and in fact it has. It's helped me a ton in learning how they operate and how we can get the most out of them for our customers.
Well, that's important. I'm going to put up on the wall here for everybody to take a look. Well, we have Your Little Castle TV wall. I'll go ahead and show the wide angle. There it is. It's, for anybody who's interested, and I mentioned this to all the people who come on the show, that's 9 50-inch televisions that we assembled for a TV wall. That's how you build these things. So I can build a little bit, not like a roof. Just a wall, not the whole roof, just the wall. And it's electronic, so it's a little easier for me. It's all prefabbed and cut. I just had a piece of it. They're a little heavy.
You still got to hang it, though. You still got to hang it.
But yeah, that was, I put these big brackets. I've done a little bit of that. And it's well mounted. But it allows us to show off some beautiful work from our clients. So I want everybody to see here. Here is some of Mike's work and his website. So your website is Total Roofing, there it is, STL.com, and you can see that on the wall. I'll put that up on the screen for everybody to take a look at also, because wow, now people can see it live, so we'll keep talking here,
Sure.
but people will be able to see exactly what we're looking at as we show them what you got going here. Talk about your website a little bit, and then I want to get into something that's kind of impressive that you guys have going on, because reviews are important. You're already all over the place in only a few years ago going on now. You're in your third or fourth year. Tons of great reviews.
We try to stress reviews because they are important. People, there's so many companies out here, also roofing companies in our industry. There's a ton out here. So first thing people do is they want to check reviews, which they should do that. You want to do your due diligence and find out who you're working with and how the people that have worked with us feel. So we try to stress reviews as much as possible with our customers, and fortunately, we have a lot of good reviews, but that's because that's how we do business. We try to do business the right way. We try to treat people how we expect to be treated.
Well, that's an excellent strategy. They talk about that. If you want to be successful, treat others the way you want to be treated. Noble. That's a great strategy,
For
and
sure.
therefore you're doing it. I want to share with the people a little bit. You can see us now on the screen again. I'm going to just pick a couple random.
Sure.
I'm putting you on the spot here. they're all good, almost all good. I mean, they're all good. You got a 5.0, 34 reviews alone on Facebook. And so here, using Total Roofing was the best decision I have ever made in my life. These gentlemen, and I say, well, that's pretty well, because a roof is like that's your house.
It's very important. It's
right?
very important in people's homes. Yes.
Right. Came to the house and started work immediately. They're the best. When they saw a problem, they immediately let me know and provided me with pictures and explained what needed to be done. I will be forever thankful to Total Roofing. So it's a lot, man. So it's not like you're just going, hey, trust me here. You need this problem fixed. You went up there, showed it to them.
Well, if this goes back to we treat you how we would expect to be treated. If somebody is working on my property and something arises where it's out of the ordinary, we want to be kept in the loop. We want to keep you guys in the loop with what's going on. In this lady's situation, she had a bunch of bad wood, and in fact, some of her trusses were broken that needed to be addressed. We're not just going to cover something up. Actually, one of the sayings that we have at our company is, we treat your property like it's our mother's. We're never going to nobody's going to treat their mother's property or treat their mother bad. So if as long as we go by that, we're going to be in good faith with our customers.
Yeah, well, if you can make mama happy, I talk to mama every day.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people do know my dad moved up to the next level. I like to say about a year and a half ago. So I want to spend as much time. Then she's kind of by herself. But mom always gives it to you how it is.
Oh yeah.
If she's
and you want to treat her right too. So.
And you better take care of mama and make sure she gets full respect. So yes, and that's I mean, I great, because I would not want anybody to ever do. I might even slack a little bit on my own house. Okay?
Oh yeah, exactly.
But not my mom.
Not your mom, exactly. That's
like
why we have that saying.
I
Exactly.
got you. That's a great point. Cool. All right. Well, you've been doing this for a long time. We talked a little bit on there. It says on the screen, owner now for the last 3-4 years of your current company.
2020 is when we officially.
2020, 21, 22. So going in 3, coming up
Yep.
on 4. Okay, and then. 12 years though doing this. So you started when you were young, because we talked a little bit.
Yeah, so with my uncle, he had a roofing company for really my whole life essentially, and whenever we wanted to earn some extra money in the summer, we could always work with Uncle John. And then I finally graduated to a little bit more in-depth working as I got older and could handle a little bit more of responsibilities, I guess. And I want to say 2010, I believe, there was a big hailstorm, and that's where he showed me a lot of how this insurance game and project management and everything works, and it really drew me to it.
Well, I always put the head on it, a key point when I think you've made a good point about whatever that point might be, that's emphasizing something important with regard to, hey, your dad. You were working with your dad.
Uncle.
I'm sorry, your uncle. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
family. I'm sorry, family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Family to get this thing going.
Oh yeah.
And that's, there you go. Now that's when the cowboy thing comes out. That's something that was important to me as a Cardinal Cowboy. Family is so important to help you. And they took you under their wing at a young age.
Taught
and said,
me a lot.
Here's how we're going to make sure you do this the right way. We've looked at some of the work. With that, let me jump over here and show everybody a little bit of the work that you've done. You got some dynamite looking photos here from some of the stuff, and everything from little houses to big. Oh my gosh, some of these places I'm like, whose mansion is that? There's somebody who's done well. We'll put that up on the wall for everybody here. Take a look, if you will, everyone, on the wall. There it is up there, and I'll go ahead and put this on the screen for everyone to see. too while we talk about it for a second. But tell me a little bit about some of these pictures that we're putting up here, and we'll just start off here. Pretty good sized roof here. This is a residential roof, it looks like.
Yeah, you know, one of the best, one of our my best investments I made was a drone. These drones give us great pictures of roofs, you know, and it allows everybody to see kind of our work after the math. So yeah, and it looks good to me. You know, you in the roofing industry, I drive by and look at roofs all day long. So to me, this is beautiful, you know, and to the homeowners, it's beautiful as well. But to the average customer that's not in the industry, they might not think it's.
It looks like a roof. I can tell you, it's well aligned. All the shingles. I mean, that's just a great little pattern.
The most important thing is does it function though? So when it rains, does it not leak? And you know what? Thankfully, I have some of the best installers around, and knock on wood, we don't have very many issues. But the biggest thing about us too is. If something goes wrong, you're working with us and we give you our word. If something is to go wrong, we're going to come out there and fix it. If I had $1 for every customer I came to that said they can't get a hold of the last guy that came out because something went wrong, well, I wouldn't need to be in the roofing industry. But rest assured, that's just part of working with us. We treat you how we would want to be treated. If something goes wrong, we're going to be there to fix it.
Well, that's a key to it also. And then a lot of people talk about the fact that hey, a lot of guys come in from out of town, come in, fix roofs, and then go away.
Exactly.
You've been here your whole life. Born in Cahokia, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
And then serving the whole St. Louis metro. You got your office right over here off Olive.
We have an office location in St. Louis. I reside in Illinois. We are licensed in Illinois. Missouri does not require a license. We're fully licensed and insured for commercial and residential.
Nice. Okay. Big pieces there. Let's talk a little bit. We'll go look here at some of these. I want to show people a little bit more of the pictures that we've got. And I'm going to go fade back over to our photos that we had there. Well, as we start talking there, when people see who they were talking to, same roof, different angle.
Yeah,
that drone.
Oh yeah, the drone.
You didn't get on a ladder 40 feet in the air. Two different places.
Drones.
The drone flying.
Now this is my second drone because I wrecked the first one, so I learned a little bit about driving it. So
well, we're in the same club there too. Mine's floating down the. It's probably in New Orleans by now, but we were on the Mississippi. So smaller houses too. This is a metal roof, right?
This is a metal roof. Yeah, we get a lot of questions if we do metal. We do metal roofing. This is a standing seam, hidden fastener look that we have, and smaller roof, but it's still a nice, clean look, and the customer was very happy about this.
Very good. Another angle for that same roof, and then here we go. Now we're getting to something. Whose resort is this? That's somebody's house. They got a nice place.
Actually, we'll plug him. Mr. Bob Brocklin, if you're from the more so on the Illinois side, Mr. Brocklin owns a car dealership over there in Columbia, Illinois. If you're, be sure to go see him if you're in the market. But this is his home, and it's a gorgeous home. And yeah, this was a nice one to do. These are always nice to have because they present good photos with the golf course in the back and everything as well. So
nice. Well, let's take a look here. I'm fading between on the wall behind us, and then I'll put it back up on the screen for a little smaller roof here again for a nice little house out there, and got some look like in some of the farmland out there. Is that true?
Oh yeah. Well, I live in Waterloo, Illinois, so we have a lot of that out there. So this was actually a longtime friend of the family's home that just lives right down the street from me, and we were able to get the insurance to pay for his roof. So yeah, that was a win-win for everybody.
Nice. Okay. And I don't want to go through every roof here, but we'll go through definitely some of them. Another metal roof you got there.
Yep. This is in the city here in Maplewood, Missouri.
Okay. Nice. So another angle. Man, that drone's doing some good work for you.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Now look at that thing. Is that a house?
Oh yeah.
It almost looks like a farm resort or something. They got multiple levels, multiple. What do you call it? Multiple tiers. You can see the difference.
It's just a split level home. Just yep. This was this particular home. We had the insurance cover this as well, and it's an older home. So when we tore the roof off, the decking on this home was very old, and it was too far spaced open for us to nail shingles to. So we were able to upgrade them to a new plywood roof deck and have their insurance pay for it all. We all know how expensive wood and everything is now.
Right.
We were able to get the insurance to cover that as well.
Okay, good. Let's go jump back over there to the pictures and tell me a little bit about this one here as we move through these other pictures from that house. This is an interesting one. Hail is always a contention here in the St. Louis area, and people don't understand it. It's not necessarily that way across the country.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the Midwest, and for certain in St. Louis. Why is that so important to understand what this kind of?
Well, this is a map that we can get from. Actually, this was from our supplier here, but there's various companies that we are signed up with that can give us maps just like this that show us when storms come through, what size and where the hail hits. This way we can come into these neighborhoods and we can, help the people in these areas, let them know, hey, you've had a significant amount of storms that came through here, hail damage, wind damage, whatever it may be. If you'd like a free inspection, we're here to help any way we can.
Well, that's important for a lot of people to understand. They may not think there's damage.
Exactly.
And because they didn't get up on the roof to see.
Who does? Yeah.
Right?
That's our job.
Or they didn't fly their drone. And
Yeah.
which they didn't have. And so, that's a big advantage. It's something very important. Believe it or not, I've actually done some roofing. A buddy of mine, I said, hey man, Carter, you're running your own business. Can you take a few weeks off and come work for me for a while? Because a storm came through. And I learned a lot real quickly. And I had some friends who trusted me, and we went over and got the roof done. But this is important stuff that they
Oh, yeah.
And so
Yeah.
Not
many people know that it hits. Sometimes storms happen at night, and you don't necessarily know. So these help us present to customers, hey, you live in this area, this is where we're at. We know that hail came through here. If you'd like a free inspection, we're here to help.
Very cool. All right, let's talk a little bit more about some of the other work you've got, because you've got some good stuff. And I want to go back to look at some of those reviews too. Another residential house you've got here on the
paid for by insurance. Yep.
We got the insurance to help take care of that. That's good, man. Because a lot of people, they don't understand. They're like, oh, it's going to be $15,000 out of my pocket. I don't even want to call the guy.
Well, we like to be honest with them. Not every home is claim worthy, and we're going to be honest with you like that. If you do not need to file an insurance claim, we're going to tell you you don't need to file an insurance claim. But if you are worthy to have them cover it, we're going to let you know that.
Very important. Now here's an impressive house. Talk about this one a little bit.
Yeah, this home actually is for a custom home builder. Actually, this is located in Colorado Springs. I teamed up with a company out there, and this home is immaculate. It's a slate roof, natural slate. This took us about 3 months to complete, honestly, believe it or not. But because you can't really tell how steep it is, you can tell that it's steep. But when you step back a little bit, this whole roof is very steep and very intricate. And slate in general is just a different monster to attack. You have a lot of different facets to this roof, so it was a good project to have on the resume for sure.
Well, I do know a little bit about slate roofs because my parents own a Victorian home in Fayette, Missouri that we might have to talk about sometime when it comes to they just recently had their slate done. It was expensive and time consuming, but
it lasts a long time though.
Yeah, slate's not like it's rock.
It's durable. Oh yeah, it's very durable.
It's granite rock, whatever they make slate out of, but it's beautiful. It looks great. Good stuff. All right, let's look a little bit more as we go through. I want to go through a couple more of these. There's your logo. Take a look, everybody. Do make mention that, and I'm going to put on the screen your actual phone number we have on that, and give that a shout out to everybody. So I want to give a shout out. There it is. Total Roofing, St. Louis, in Illinois, 618-719-6767. In Missouri, 314-710-3677. TotalRoofingSTL.com. Easy to get a hold of you guys. Numbers in both sides here.
Yeah, both sides. I mean, some people feel more comfortable with the Missouri number if they're local to Missouri, and vice versa to Illinois. But we work both sides of the river, really pretty evenly, honestly.
Well, that's good because there's a big area here to have service, and some people say, well, why wouldn't you service the whole St. Louis area rather than just one side or the other?
Exactly.
And all right, so tell me something. There are a lot of people who object to anything that's going on in their life, right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, explain. I don't understand. Tell me why. What is one objection, and you deal with a lot of times, that the roofing guys, this is a big purchase. This is something, or at least something they know they're going to be dealing with their insurance company. What is it if you had to say, well, there's a lot of people, they come to us and they're like, but what would you say is that, but wait a minute, but tell me this. What is it?
I would say our biggest objection is probably that we're not the cheapest. We're never going to be the cheapest company out there. We try not to be the most expensive, but we do offer very high quality product and customer service. So that's a big objection that we have to overcome, especially in today's environment with how expensive everything is. We try to sell on value as opposed to affordability or the cheapest price that you can possibly get. Yeah,
well, I like to tackle that question myself a lot of times from the perspective that if you're worried, my dad would say, if you're worried about saving money, cheap can be very expensive.
Yes.
You've heard that one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because you're saving a few bucks and you used a little bit lesser quality, and then now you got to replace the thing 7 years sooner than you would have otherwise, or it fails 3 years into it rather than being durable enough to last and handle a storm. Yeah. So cheap is not a good way to go on a roof. Would you say?
We don't.
And you kind of make that point.
We can offer different price ranges to our customers, and we do like to do that sometimes as well with different materials. Okay, you can do that, but our workmanship is what we take pride in. We take pride in how we do work. That's just the athlete in me. We believe that there's a lot of roofing companies out here, and there's a lot of good roofing companies out here, but as a competitor, I feel that we are the best around, and that's no knock to anybody else. That's just how I feel about everything, and when we take pride in something, we want to make sure that you're getting the best value for the best bang for your buck, essentially.
Yep. All right, good stuff. Very important. A lot of people do not take that into consideration. They're always about cheap, cheap, cheap. Cheap is not. It's actually costs you more.
It can, and some people that might work best for them. But our target customers, we like to work with people that want quality on their property, and we can be affordable at certain times, but we're not always the cheapest, so I don't want people to think that they're going to get the cheapest guy out with us.
And that's always affordable, but it's not always the cheapest, is it?
Exactly. There you go.
That's important for people to understand. All right, so what is it that really fuels your passion for this? I mean, you're in this. It can't be just the money, and the money can't be bad. I know that roofing guys they're not struggling to pay the bills because there's a lot of work that goes into this, but what more than that is it about this that you really appreciate?
I really enjoy helping people. This goes back to I'm a teacher at heart, so I'm an educator at heart. I really enjoy helping people and working with people, but also just being my own boss and having the freedom to kind of live my life on my terms and not have to work for somebody else. That was probably the biggest thing that took me down this path and that I like the most about it. Now, it's not easy. I don't get to clock out at 5 o'clock. I have long days and long nights, but I love it. I love the grind. So,
well, that's important. If you don't love what you're doing, then you're going to get tired of it very quickly. Yeah. And we want to always emphasize people, follow your passion.
Yes.
Case in point, this is kind of an interesting thing I started here, but my passion is to help there and get out there and share the good leaders in our community that are doing a great job. And when we found you guys and we said we need to invite you to be on our show, we'd already done our research, figured out you guys do a good job and represent St. Louis well.
We appreciate that for sure.
And bring that to St. Louis, because that's really what this is all about. All right, so tell me a little bit more than that. I mean, there's got to be more along the lines of something that sets you guys apart. If there's one thing you could say, or a couple things that you really believe sets your business apart, Total Roofing St. Louis apart from the rest, what would be that thing that you say really sets you apart?
Just the care and the pride that we take in our work. Again, I keep saying it, but by our saying is we treat your property like it's our mother's. We take pride in saying, hey, we installed that roof for that customer, or we worked with them. Look at their home now. They don't have to worry about a thing when they go to sleep at night. We really take pride in how we do work. And we're competitive. So being competitive is going to bring the best out of you as well. Anybody that's played any type of sports, if you're competing with somebody, you're going to give your best effort. So we're competing with a lot of companies out here and a lot of good reputable companies as well. So we need to be on our A game. So you're going to get the best product and the best customer service from us at Total Roofing.
Well, again, very important that people understand that, because if you're not going to get somebody who's on the ball, who's really going after it from a competitive level. I like the fact, I was reading your bio a little bit, you played college basketball at a very competitive high level. Yeah. You may not be able to tell here because we're both sitting in chairs that level the playing ground, but I'm about 5'9", 5'10" with my cleats on, we used to say. But Mike here is 6'6", 6'7". So
yeah, it depends on the shoes.
It depends on the shoes, right? If you got the boots, the cleats, or the high loafers, whatever you got. But the point is, a very competitive guy, and you don't like to see things not go the way that they're supposed to.
No,
and you want to win.
Yeah.
What gives you the most satisfaction from this all? I mean, is it when you're done, you're saying, "Look at that"? Tell me what.
Yeah, that, but also being able to help people that are in a bind that need something. Like the lady, the first review that you made. Her roof was just in bad shape, and she had called a couple people out that didn't return her calls and kept putting her off, and being able to help people that need something done, and just being able to take something off their list that they no longer have to worry about. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in today's world. If your roof is your issue, let us take care of it so you can remove it from your list and relax and kind of worry about everything else that's going on. So really just helping people. We love helping people.
Yeah, well, if you've got that mindset that it is you're here to help people, then there's more likely you're going to go after that. If you're going after, I just want the money.
No,
then short-sighted and it doesn't last.
Yeah, I think that's a large portion. Really, the majority of our business is referrals and references, and I believe that goes into because we enjoy helping people and we take pride in our work.
Well, I want to show up here a little bit more about what we're talking about, and even as such, 14 customer reviews on the BBB, another 5 out of 5. Some great reviews here. They really do fast and professional. Or were really fast and professional. Also very helpful with our insurance company.
Yeah.
People don't realize, they don't want to deal with, and maybe they don't realize there's going to be an insurance company they got to contend with here.
Oh yeah.
And having somebody that's an expert to do that, especially a guy who is
an insurance adjuster,
an
yeah.
adjuster that knows how that goes.
Well, with me being an educator at heart too, we really like to educate our customers through the insurance process because it is very confusing. Maybe you've never been through it, or maybe you've been through it and just didn't fully understand it. We like to educate our customers, one, so they know what's going on, but two, it creates transparency. They know what's going on. We're both working off of the same paperwork. It's just transparent, so that way there's no issues for anybody to think anything is being shady or anything like that. Transparency and educating our customer about this process really goes over well with our customers, at least from our experience.
Well, that's key to it. I mean, it's you can tell the guys who have had the training and the background to run a business the right way. And you're saying all the right things, and I didn't have to tell them any of this to say right. We don't do that. You either answer the questions correctly, or else we go, well, everybody, you heard how they didn't know what they were doing. But because we want to make it something here where people really get to see who you are. But you obviously spent some time working on this to make this a successful business, and here you are. What would you say is the thing that you think is something that really has made it fun for you to be in St. Louis?
Well, I'd have to say now at this point in my life, basketball isn't as involved with my life, so golf has taken up. I guess that's what happens when you get a little bit older, huh?
Right,
golf.
yep.
But that's anytime I have some downtime, I like to golf as much as possible in the summer. In the wintertime, I really like to snowboard. I'll hit Hidden Valley whenever we get a good snow or something. But probably golf and snowboarding are my favorite downtime activities outside of working out.
And I'd say that is something. You look like you're in good shape. That's a good point. But stay healthy, because if you're going to be a roofing guy, you better be ready to get up on some decks and run around and roofs and run around and cover all that. Well, great stuff, great stories. It's really cool to get to know you a little bit here and talk to you about it. Because like I said, we saw you and we said, we want to reach out to you and say, we look like one of the leaders in our community, and those are the kinds of people that we want to have on the show, and we appreciate you taking the time.
T's for having us.
Talk to us on our Little Castle show. All right, everybody say hi to my buddy Mike Augustine Jr. He's the owner, and you founded this company yourself.
Yeah, yep.
Just a few years ago.
Yep, 2020.
Total Roofing St. Louis, STL, totalroofingstl.com. And get a hold of him and make sure that your roofing needs are taken care of. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, giddy up.